If you were around in 1967, these songs were everywhere. They became part of everyday life, but somehow faded from today's playlists.
Ain't got time to take a fast train. Letter said you couldn't live without me no more.
This is Top 10 Forgotten Songs from 1967 America Still Remembers.
Now to give me a rainbow, everyone knows it's when.
Number 10, The Association, Windy. Some songs seem to capture an entire season in just 3 minutes. Windy was one of those songs, and in the summer of 1967, it was almost impossible to escape. Recorded by the American vocal group The Association, Windy combined bright harmonies, gentle guitars, and an instantly recognizable melody that perfectly matched the carefree side of late 1960s pop. Written by Ruth Ann Friedman, the song was originally a much quieter composition before The Association transformed it into the polished pop recording that audiences heard on the radio. Released in 1967, Windy became a massive commercial success, climbing all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It became one of the defining pop hits of that summer, appearing everywhere from car radios to backyard parties. Yet despite that enormous success, The Association gradually faded from mainstream attention as musical tastes shifted toward harder rock, psychedelic music, and singer-songwriters. Today, Windy remains instantly recognizable to anyone who remembers the sound of 1967, a bright, optimistic record from a fascinating moment when American pop music was changing almost every week. But the next song was even bigger, and its entire recording was built around a mysterious voice that sounded unlike anything else on the radio.
You don't want me, why don't you tell me?
Number 9, The Buckinghams, Don't You Care.
You're hurting me, don't you care?
Some songs become unforgettable because they capture a feeling that seems impossible to escape. In 1967, Don't You Care gave the Buckinghams another major moment on American radio. The Chicago-based group had already established themselves with kind of a drag, but Don't You Care proved they weren't simply a one-hit wonder. Written by Jim Holvey and Jim Donovan, the song combined bright horns, layered harmonies, and the polished pop sound that made the Buckinghams stand out during one of the most adventurous years in American music. Released in 1967, the single climbed to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the group's biggest hits. Its arrangement was especially memorable because the horns gave the song an almost orchestral quality, while the vocals kept everything light and accessible. The Buckinghams would score another major success later that year, but as psychedelic rock and heavier sounds began dominating the charts, the polished pop style gradually lost its place in the spotlight. Today, Don't You Care remains a perfect snapshot of American pop before the musical landscape changed completely. But the next song came from a group that transformed a simple soul melody into one of the most recognizable sounds of 1967. Number 8, The Music Explosion, Little Bit O' Soul. Some songs don't need complicated arrangements to become unforgettable. Little Bit O' Soul proved that a simple groove, a powerful rhythm, and an instantly recognizable hook could take over American radio. Recorded by the Ohio-based band The Music Explosion, the song was originally written by British songwriters John Carter and Ken Lewis. The band's version added a raw garage rock energy, combining pounding drums, distorted guitar, and a memorable saxophone line that gave the record its unmistakable character.
Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more?
Released in 1967, Little Bit O' Soul became a major American hit, climbing to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. For a young band that had never achieved anything close to that level of national attention, the success was enormous. Suddenly, their energetic sound was being heard everywhere, but the Music Explosion struggled to reproduce that success. Despite releasing additional records, none matched the impact of Little Bit O' Soul,
and the group eventually disappeared from the mainstream spotlight. More than 50 years later, the song remains one of the defining garage pop hits of the era. And next comes a song that sounded like pure summer freedom, but its unexpected success would become the biggest moment of a short-lived band's career. Number 7, Every Mother's Son, Come On Down to My Boat. Some songs are remembered because they perfectly capture a particular moment in time. Come On Down to My Boat captured the carefree, youthful spirit of the summer of 1967 almost perfectly. Performed by New Jersey group Every Mother's Son, the song combined jangly guitars, bright harmonies, and an upbeat melody that made it feel like an invitation to escape everyday life and spend the afternoon somewhere by the water. Its light-hearted sound stood in sharp contrast to the increasingly serious political and psychedelic music appearing across America that same year. Released in 1967, the single became a major commercial success, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. For a band that had formed only a short time earlier, suddenly becoming one of the year's biggest pop acts was an extraordinary achievement. Unfortunately, the group couldn't turn that breakthrough into a lasting career. Later releases failed to match the popularity of Come On Down to My Boat, and Every Mother's Son gradually disappeared from the national spotlight. Today, the song remains a charming time capsule of 1967, a reminder that not every memorable song from that remarkable year had to be psychedelic or revolutionary. But coming up next is a song that sounded far darker and more atmospheric, capturing the mysterious spirit of the summer of love from an entirely different perspective. Number 6, Eric Burdon and the Animals, San Francisco Nights. Some songs don't simply describe a place. They make you feel as though you've actually been there. San Francisco Nights captured the atmosphere of America's counterculture at the height of the summer of love.
It's an American dream, includes Indians too.
Recorded by Eric Burdon and the Animals, the song was inspired by Burdon's experiences visiting San Francisco during the mid-1960s. Instead of focusing on a conventional love story, the recording painted a hazy picture of young people, city lights, and the changing social landscape of the era. Released in 1967, San Francisco Nights became a major American hit, reaching number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its atmospheric production and spoken word passages gave it a darker, more cinematic quality than many of the bright pop songs dominating radio that summer. Although the Animals were already famous for earlier hits like House of the Rising Sun, this recording showed how dramatically their sound had evolved. Today, San Francisco Nights remains one of the most evocative musical snapshots of 1967. But the next song became an even bigger hit, and its mysterious title wasn't nearly as innocent as it first sounded. Number 5, The Strawberry Alarm Clock, Incense and Peppermint. Some songs become associated with an entire musical movement almost overnight. Incense and Peppermint became one of the defining sounds of psychedelic pop in 1967, even though the musicians behind it never expected it to become a major hit. Recorded by the Los Angeles group The Strawberry Alarm Clock, the song began as an instrumental idea created by guitarist Ed King and bassist Mark Weitz. The band initially treated it almost like a studio experiment, and lead vocals were eventually performed by Gregory James after the group decided the original musicians weren't the right voices for the song. The strange combination of swirling psychedelic sounds, dramatic vocals, and an unforgettable melody immediately caught the attention of radio listeners. Released in 1967, the single climbed all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the year's biggest psychedelic pop hits. Despite releasing several follow-up records, the band never achieved another success on the same scale. Today,
Incense and Peppermint remains a fascinating time capsule of 1967, when psychedelic music was moving from underground culture directly into mainstream American radio. But the next forgotten hit was even more surprising, a soulful record that sounded simple, yet became one of the year's biggest crossover successes. Number 4. Young Rascals, Groovin. Some songs become classics because they perfectly capture a feeling rather than telling a complicated story. Groovin was one of those songs, and in 1967 it offered a peaceful alternative to the increasingly loud and experimental sounds filling American radio.
We'll keep on spending sunny days.
Recorded by New York group The Young Rascals, the song was built around a relaxed rhythm, gentle vocals, and a warm combination of keyboards, guitar, and percussion. Written by Felix Cavalieri and Eddie Brigati, Groovin described the simple pleasure of spending time with someone you love, making it feel almost like a musical escape from the noise of everyday life. Released in 1967, the single became a major success, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and becoming one of the group's signature recordings. Its laid-back sound also helped demonstrate how soul and pop could come together without losing their emotional character. Although the Young Rascals had several other important hits, Groovin became the recording most closely associated with their softer side. More than 50 years later, its relaxed atmosphere still feels timeless. But the next song was completely different, a desperate 3-minute recording that turned an unknown young singer into an overnight sensation.
She wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me, no.
Number 3. The Box Tops, The Letter.
The only days are gone, I'm a-going home.
Some songs make an immediate impression because their opening seconds grab you before you even know what's happening. The Letter did exactly that. Recorded by the Memphis group The Box Tops, the song opened with the sound of an airplane taking off before launching into a powerful rhythm and the unforgettable voice of teenage singer Alex Chilton. At only 16 years old, Chilton delivered a performance that sounded far more mature than his age suggested.
The only days are gone, I'm a-going home. My baby.
Written by Wayne Carson, the song told a simple story about someone desperately asking a lover to send a letter because he needed to return home. The emotional urgency of the lyrics, combined with the raw soul-influenced production, made the record stand out immediately. Released in 1967, The Letter became a massive success, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and turning the Box Tops into one of the year's biggest new acts.
Can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more.
Although the group enjoyed several more hits, none matched the impact of their breakthrough. Today, those opening seconds remain instantly recognizable. But only 2 songs remain, and the next one became one of the most mysterious and unforgettable stories in American music history. Number 2. The Cowsills, The Rain, The Park and Other Things. Some songs become unforgettable because they capture a feeling that seems almost impossible to describe. The Rain, The Park and Other Things did exactly that, blending sunshine pop with a dreamy atmosphere that perfectly matched the changing mood of 1967. Recorded by the American family group The Cowsills, the song featured bright harmonies, gentle orchestration, and the distinctive voice of Barry Cowsill. The group's unusual image also helped make them stand out. Several members of the family performed together, creating the kind of wholesome sound that contrasted sharply with the increasingly psychedelic music coming from other parts of the country. Released in 1967, the single became a major American success, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its dreamy melody and memorable chorus made it one of the defining sunshine pop records of the year. The Cowsills would continue recording and eventually inspire the fictional family band behind the Partridge Family, but their own chart success never again reached the same level.
She had made me happy.
Today, The Rain, The Park and Other Things remains a beautiful time capsule of late 1960s America. But our number 1 song is even more unforgettable. a mysterious story song that made millions of listeners wonder what really happened to Billy Joe. Number 1. Bobbie Gentry, Ode to Billy Joe. Some songs become hits because they make people dance. Others become classics because they leave listeners with a question they can't stop thinking about. Ode to Billy Joe did both, without ever completely explaining its central mystery.
Carroll County Picture Show.
Written and recorded by Bobbie Gentry in 1967, the song tells a quiet story about a family eating dinner while discussing the shocking news that a young man named Billy Joe McAllister has died after jumping from the Tallahatchie Bridge. The narrator remembers seeing Billy Joe with her earlier that day, but the song never clearly explains why he took his life or what happened between them.
Had dinner on Sunday. Oh, by the way.
That mystery fascinated America. Released in 1967, Ode to Billy Joe climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the year's biggest records. Its stripped-down storytelling was remarkably different from the psychedelic rock and elaborate pop productions dominating the era.
Cooking all morning, and you haven't touched a single bite.
Bobbie Gentry went on to become one of the most successful female singer-songwriters of her generation, but Ode to Billy Joe remained her signature recording. More than 50 years later, listeners still debate what really happened on that bridge. And perhaps that's why America never truly forgot the song.